not going to the museum. That was the only plan I had in place before I left home. But look where I am. It's either the museum or waiting outside on the road until the auto arrives. But why did I not want to go to the museum? I have been here a few times, and each time it looked pretty much the same. But it looks transformed right now. The last time I was here, there is no such entry. You buy a ticket and walk inside. There was no boating, no sky cycling, and it definitely didn't have this many visitors. If you're here with friends or family, someone would go and stand with this beautiful tribal woman and you click a group pic, like this. Since I'm here all by myself, I stood in front of them, we exchanged stares and smiles, and moved on. What do you think about this place? It isn't open, but they kindly let me in. You can take the center of the stage or the edge of it and address the audience. You can also get to be the audience at the same time. And looking at the clouds, I feel it might start to rain any time now. Now we're inside the actual museum, and we can see how the tribal people lived, worshipped, and hunted. Looking at each of these lifestyle and cultural depictions, I couldn't stop wondering how a museum from the future with our lifestyles preserved in it would look like. It will probably have people holding on to their cell phones in a concrete building or stuck in traffic. How would you want future generations to remember you and the world during your time? Right next to the tribal museum is the coffee museum. I didn't plan on visiting this either, but since I have come alone and have joined an auto with 2 other people, I'm just tagging along wherever the auto takes me. The place is decent though. Besides all the fancy coffee stores, it has a different vibe to it, and some cool Oriya music in the background if I'm not wrong. Enough coffee for the day, let's go somewhere else now. As you can see, the clouds keep getting thicker and darker, but only to tease us with some drizzles. There hasn't been any rain all day, which is slightly disappointing. But it's well compensated with other beautiful scenes like this. We have reached the spot where many films were shot. There is so much to just sit and observe in this single view. Just when I'm about to do that, I get called back. This must be familiar if I've been to tourist places with a hired vehicle. All you do is reach a spot, click a few selfies, and jump back into the vehicle. The next stop is a coffee plantation. A quiet and leisurely walk through these tall trees would have been an ideal thing to do. But when do we have such free time? I remember being here with my family many years ago. Probably the only place I remember which hasn't changed at all. Still looks stunningly beautiful, with the same hills all around, the narrow pathways at a distance, and the same bamboo chicken being sold. Did you notice how it's hard to recognize any lessening of beauty in nature as long as it is left undisturbed by our greed or not polluted by our littering?
The sun is gonna rise,
All it asks us to do is to let it be.
and I've still got Tennessee.
Can you guess where this rocky road is taking us? We are at Anantagiri Waterfalls. Unlike the previous stops, we have more time to spend here. I do see the same people I have seen at previous stops. They're all doing what we have been doing. It is as if we all have a checklist of places we are tasked to visit. And waiting a race to finish them off. Hoppers we are, hopping from one place to the other. And we are at the last stop for the day. The Burra Caves. I'm not going to get too much into the history of it, but the curious ones can press the pause button and read this. The entry costs 70 for adults, 50 for kids, and 100 for camera. That's not only a serious discrimination, but are they also saying my camera is worth more than me? There is only one tip I have for you. Unless you want to fracture, watch your steps and don't be too lost in your selfies. It's hard rock you're walking on, which at some places is as slippery as oil. Some special effects here for the visitors. And this part of the caves where we reach the dead end reminds me of this scene from Chamber of Secrets. A few steps away from Burra Caves is this railway station.
Love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause the love
This is where I take the train back to Vizag.
is rare. And I wanna take you there.
0855第二个机场号码，3H第二个机场。
I would give it all away to do it all again. Make a love story that will never end.
After wanting to do it for so long, I'm finally traveling in a Vistadome coach, which is a special executive chair coach that is added to some trains.
I just wanna love you till the day you die.
People board this coach mainly to enjoy the scenic views. And tunnels. There are so many of them. More than 50 if I counted them right. If you're taking this train in the morning, you'll hear whistles and shouts of joy for every tunnel. But now it's quiet, with some moments of exception, since everyone's tired on their way back. Tunnels are fun. But sometimes they're too frequent and sneaky and obstruct the view of the beautiful valleys and hills. If you stay patient, however, you'll be gifted with some clear views of everything between you in the train and the hills and the horizon. The only thing missing here is snow. Those hills wrapped in white chubby clouds are the closest we could get to snow-covered peaks. Everything we see here gets even better in the months of November and December. And these water pools that are playing hide and seek are due to the regular rains in the past few weeks. Now it's time for the comfort of a chair. So back to the same chair that I was complaining about in the morning. I'm not going to lie, I feel more tired now than I was in the morning. But this time there is a healthy reason behind it. And the final win for the day is spending the whole day out. At a different pace, with a blissful journey and some stunning landscapes. I can't wait to go home and sleep in peace.